please stay with me. Just to let you all know, I'm using an app called Haps. Haps, if you don't know already, which I'm sure you do, if you're watching me on YouTube or any other platform other than Haps, I'm live across lots of different social channels, and Haps allows you to broadcast across different platforms. Hello, Jay. Lovely to see you. Now, before I do start, whilst you're here, Jay, I should say that I forgot in the game, didn't I, earlier that we played? If you've not watched that, go and watch that one back. I forgot to mention about the, what was it called again? The oh no, I've forgotten what it's called. The nominates, where you can bring someone in. Now, even at the end of the game, I forgot to mention that you can actually bring in. You would have been part of it because Alexis got more than 5 answers correct, so she would have brought you back anyway, and then gone on for another. She went on for the other questions, so it doesn't matter. But if you're wondering what I'm on about, guys, go and watch the replay back after this, and go and watch the game that we did this morning with the quiz. So anyway, hello, Army Max Y from Shizuoka. Is that in Japan by any chance? Konnichiwa, o genki desu ka? Welcome to my channel. I live in Leeds in England, and I'm here doing a HelloFresh meal tonight. So we're doing a Thai dish. So we're doing tonight, this is a Thai style pork rice bowl, sort of the British version, I think. But we're going to be doing our own ketchup manis, which I believe you can make yourself, which I've done before. Although I think I did some ginger in last time. It's brown sugar, and we're going to put some soy sauce, which we're going to bubble up in a pan. Now it's asking for more soy sauce. Hello, Fatal Gang Stab. Oh, thank you for joining me. I don't really approve of your name, to be honest with you, but maybe that's your surname. I don't know. It's not my place to judge. So let me go through the ingredients then. Make sure you're coming on to Haps. Follow me on here because that's where you'll see all the comments. Okay, I see your comments because you're sending me your comment from, say, Twitch or Twitter or wherever. Konnichiwa. So how is Japan? How's the weather there? Are you ready for the Olympic Games? It's happening in Tokyo. It's already been delayed, hasn't it? So, and how's the situation over there? Is it okay? Is it getting better? Is it worse? You know, it's awful what's happening across the world, isn't it? With the dreaded C word, but we won't say that. Okay. So what you're going to need then for this recipe, I should also say this is a HelloFresh recipe. If you're in the UK or the US, you can get £20 off if you're in the UK and want to give this a try with free delivery. So 3 meals for 2 for your first box would come to £6.99. So that's really, really good. You can sign up, it's a subscription, just beware to cancel if you don't want them every week. If you're in the United States of America, you can get $40 off, $40 off, the same offer. I don't know if you can get free delivery or not, but I'm not sure. Check that out. Everything's on the link tree. Just click on the correct flag for your country, okay? And that link is Alexis's link, okay? So Fatal's in Asia. Which part of Asia are you in? Which part of Asia are you watching me from? So let's go through the ingredients then you're going to need. So you're going to need 120 grams. Oh no, sorry, 150 grams of basmati rice. Okay. You're gonna need a shallot. A shallot. This is quite a big shallot. They don't usually get them this big, but you need a shallot. You're gonna need some garlic. Okay, the garlic's there on the side. It asks for red chilies, but I don't have any red chilies. So what I'm going to use, and I should have got this out of the cupboard before, is a little tiny bit of chili powder. So let me grab this from the cupboard before everything falls off. Everything's going to fall. Told you it was going to fall out. I've got so much spices in here. Hello, Al. Thanks for joining me. Do you prefer basmati or jasmine? I prefer jasmine, if I'm honest, because I think you have a lot of dishes with basmati rice, but I do prefer jasmine rice because I tend to use it. It's much lighter. I think it feels much lighter. So let me just get a little bit of chili powder. cupboard. 1 second. Everything always piles in the back of this cupboard. So I'll be with you in a second, everybody. What's your favourite? Let me know what your favourite is. Do you like jasmine rice or basmati rice? There's lots of different rices out there. Okay, so we found some cayenne chili powder, but we're only going to use a very, very small amount of this in the dish. Hello, Melanie. How are you today? I think you came into my broadcast earlier. I think on replay, but I'm not sure how far you got. So let's. I'm just popping this away 1 second, and then we'll make a start. Okay, it was really good, wasn't it? I think it was one of the best ones we did this morning. Okay, so I got a little bit of cayenne chili. If you've got real chilies, then use that. But I don't have any red chilies. You're going to need some spring onions. Okay, so we've got, you want 2 spring onions. I'm going to use 3 spring onions. Okay, let's put that to one side. And then you're going to need some pork mince. Now, you could use beef mince, but this dish is pork. So what we're going to do is we're only going to use 240 grams of pork mince, because tomorrow we're going to use the rest of the pork mince with some beef mince, and we're going to make, yes, what do you think I'm going to make tomorrow? Pork mince and beef mince together. We're going to make meatballs. We're going to make meatballs tomorrow, everyone. So that's something else something to look forward to. Okay, so and then we're going to make our own ketchup mayonnaise, which is brown sugar and soy sauce together. Sometimes I've added a little bit of ginger into that as well to maybe enhance the flavors, but I'm not sure if I used ginger or not. I think it was when I was doing a chicken noodle plum stir fry that I added the ginger. So ginger does work really, really well. Yeah, doing ketchup mayonnaise as well, our own. So we're going to do that as well. So if we're all ready, shall we make a start? So remember, you can share this broadcast out you can share the broadcast onto your Facebook profile or wherever you like to do that. And you can also subscribe if you really like remember to follow. Yes, subscribe and come on to Haps and follow me on here. And then finally, you can, if you're really generous, send awards or sponsor, which means I am on YouTube, but everything is in the link tree, linktr.ee/Aidan Leeds. Okay, so let me just pop that in the chat. Now I figured out a way to actually stop it from. Oh no, it does not work in this time. 1 second. LT. Oh, that's not coming up for some reason. I know why. It's called text replacement. So if you go into your phone settings on iPhone, go to text replacement, you can input, say if you put like 3 pound symbols or 3 @ symbols, when it recognizes those symbols, it will change the text of those 3 symbols to something you want to program. So it means you're not having to type all the links in every time you go live. So it's a really good tip. And I can't actually print on the screen, but there's my link on there. If you want to follow me, all the links are on there as well. Instagram's on there as well if you want to see what the recipes look like at the end, because sometimes we have technical issues, and therefore when we get to the end, you can't see what the food looks like. So I always advise, if there's any issues, go onto Instagram and you'll see a picture on there. So are we all ready then, guys? Are we all ready? Let's make a start. So first thing we're going to do, really, really simple, is we're going to pour the water for the rice. So you want 300 millilitres of water, and we're going to pour this into a saucepan and bring it to a boil. Oh, we need green beans as well. I should have said that. So you're going to get 300 millilitres of water to get this boiling, and I will bring you down in a moment so you'll be able to see the pan. Just try and tidy up a little bit. So we're going to fill this up, 300 millilitres of cold water. 1 second. There it is. We're going to jug. So let me know, guys, in the chat what you're planning for your meal this evening, or maybe you've already eaten. let me know. So we've just added 300 millilitres of water, okay? So we're going to pop that on the hob. Hello, Caroline. Lovely to see you. Make sure everybody follows Caroline because we're still waiting for you to do a broadcast, but I'm sure you'll get round to it. So we're going to pour water for the rice into a saucepan, bring it to the boil. When it's boiling, we add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to stir in the rice. Lower the heat to medium and pop a lid on the pan and leave to cook for 10 minutes. Okay. I'm just trying to read what that says. So, yeah, lockdown's cooking effort. I think so, but I did used to cook a long time ago, though. I've always cooked, but not always on stream. So leave to cook for 10 minutes, remove the pan from the heat, and then the rice will continue to cook in its own steam, okay? So what we're going to do first is we're going to prepare the veggies. So let me just put the fork to one side. Let's get a chopping board. 1 second. Are you getting an echo? If that happens, just come back out of the chat and come back in, and fingers crossed it works. Okay, so I'm going to bring you down, okay? So you can see me prepare the food. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the connection's all right. This is where it will change for a little bit, but then it should correct itself, fingers crossed. But let me know. So we're going to half peel and chop the shallot. Let me know if the connection is worse. So I'm going to use a special gadget. You think you already know what I'm going to use. We'll chop off the ends. So this is a giant shallot. So just while the water's starting to boil, do turn your oven on. So we're going to take these skins off. So you can make this yourself at home if you go and get the ingredients. Or, as I say, if you want to give this a try and get all the ingredients delivered, and you're watching in the UK, you can get your discount, and everything's on that link. Okay, and also I should say welcome to my new followers as well, because I did have a bit of an issue. With my broadcast not showing on the Discovery tab, and luckily, when I checked the other day, it actually appeared, so it has been resolved. So I'm happy about that. Okay, so I'm going to use this dicer. Really, really like this dicer. You know that already, guys. Now you can change this. So I turn this the other way. We'll get little cubes rather than big long strips, and it slots on like that, just like that. Can you all see? You've got one. Did you get one, Caroline? Awesome. And you just push it through, and it just saves so much time. But don't use carrots on it. Do not use carrots because it will break it. So you've got to be careful. Choose your, good with fruits. It's good with soft veggies. If you're doing it with onions, make sure the onions have been out the fridge for a while, because you don't want a hard, anything too hard to damage the blade. Okay, so we're going to pop that to one side. Let's get a little bowl, and we're going to pop these in here. And you see how nicely chopped up they are. Is that a Genius product from Germany? I think so. Yes, it is a Genius. Yes, it is the Genius. But I'd better know it as JML, because it's JML that seems, their range that tends to sell them all. So that's the onions. Okay, half peel and chop the shallot into small pieces. We've got some garlic which we can do into the pan. If you've got red chilies, you want to chop them up lengthways, deseed and finely chop. And then we're going to trim and thinly slice the spring onions. So let's chop these up, okay? Let's just give these a quick rinse. Some of these spring onions you use for for the meal itself, but others you'll just use as decoration. So I'm going to use actually 3 instead of 2 because these are quite small. You can get bigger ones. It is, isn't it, Arnie? It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, you know, don't be the sort of person which has, you know, if you're cooking all the time, you want to find little gadgets that are going to actually save you time. Now, I should say, there is another lady, obviously, a lady, yes, who does a lot of streams. She's called Alexis, and I highly support her, and she supports me in our broadcasts. So we have a big community on here. Sorry about everybody else. I'm just going to pop these in here just for the time being. Probably going to have to take these out in a moment. So do follow Alexis as well. And we're going to be doing a salad Saturday on the 15th of May. 15th of May is when salad Saturday is going to happen. Okay, and then we're going to just trim the green beans now. So you want, let me just check how many green beans you need. 150 grams. So let me weigh these. Do invest in a scale, weighing scale. I think actually a full bag is what I'm going to need. Yeah. Oh, that's too much. There we go, perfect. 150 grams. So I'm just going to slot this to one side, turn this off. Okay, I think I'm going to start to heat my other pan up as well because that always takes a bit of time. So start to heat a pan up as well. You actually want a frying pan, but any pan is fine. So I'm going to start to heat that up. Put a little bit of oil into your pan. And start to get that. I'll show you in a second, okay? And then we're going to just chop these up. So these need to be chopped into thirds. So these do have the ends on. So let me know in the box if you prefer them with the ends on or off. I'm just going to chop these off. Doesn't really matter, but it just means that you're not having to dig out the ends in your meal. As long as they're lined up, you can just easily chop them. There we go, simple. Just get rid of these. They're all falling on the floor. Get rid of that one. So we're going to chop these into thirds. So just take a handful at a time. Just like that. Just like that. And then just do this one. Oh, there's one there with an end on. You don't want that. Get rid of that one. And another one. And then just chop these into thirds. Your veg looks right. Thank you. Thank you as well to the people who do watch me on Twitch. I don't really know Twitch that well, and I'm still getting used to Twitch. But I'm sure you're used to Twitch, and there's a lot of people on Twitch. So wherever you're watching me from, do let me know in the chat, because I can't always see where you're watching me from. Okay, so I'm going to spin you around now, because I think we've done everything that we need to. So I'm just going to turn you around so you can see the pan. So this is a pan. This has got hot oil in. And in here we're going to add our rice because it's starting to boil. So I've got, just see here, pan of hot water. We're going to add in the rice. We're going to put a lid over it and we're going to add some salt. I'm going to add some salt. Okay, and then we're going to put the lid over this. So let me just grab the lid. Here it is. And I'm just going to let that simmer, okay? I'm fully accustomed, yet the sharpest. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start to do the mince. So it says heat a splash of oil in a frying pan on high heat. Once it's hot, add the green beans and the stir fry until tender for 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, so this is getting nice and hot. Let's get them on now. We're going to add these to the pan. Oops. So we're going to add our green beans to the pan, okay? Just a few there that I've not chopped up. So just let these fry for about, I'd probably say 5 to 6 minutes, a bit longer. Oh, flying out the pan today. Okay, so that's your first step. Always keep a bag of frozen ones. Yes, that's a really good idea. Really great tip. So maybe you've got some veggies that you've got. You just chop them up, put them in a bag, pop them in your freezer, and then they're already chopped up for next time. Now I know Caroline does that a lot with her stir fries that you've been making. I'd love to see that, Caroline. You know, put a yes in the box if you think Caroline should do a broadcast, because we're all here to support her. You know, it can be a bit strange and daunting coming live, not just to random people in the world, but it can be a bit strange just broadcasting in general cooking when you don't feel that confident about it. But like anything in life, you know, I could stand here with a keyboard in front of me and not know any tunes, but the more you practice, the better you get, you know. And if you're passionate about something, you carry on doing it regardless of what other people think. So you buy it whenever needed. Yes, yes. So this is the first step then. I'm just kind of guiding you through it, what I'm doing. As I say, they send you all the instructions on the recipe card with pictures, so it's really, really simple. So these need to be fried until they're tender for about 5 to 6 minutes. And then we're going to keep the pan on high heat. And then, so when once they have softened, we're going to add them just to a normal plate, because then we need to put the mince in. So let me just prepare the mince, because I need 240 grams of pork mince. I'm going to get the scales out again. Is it 20 to 10 in Asia? What time do you usually eat in Asia? Is it quite? Do you have your meals quite late, or do you have? Because I'm guessing it's really hot weather, so you won't tend to eat too early. You'll eat probably when the weather's cooler. But it's also Ramadan, isn't it? So is that something that you do over in Asia? So I'm guessing when the sun sets is when you can eat. That's right, I think. So I'm just going to put in my mince now into my bowl, because then I know exactly how much mince I've got tomorrow for our meatballs that we're going to make. So it's kind of like a two-parter, this. You know, you've seen the mince here, but it needs to be used up properly tomorrow. Check on the rice. Remember, the rice only takes 10 minutes. So we've got 240 grams of mince. Yep, perfect. So the rest of that mince I'm just going to put back into the fridge. Sorry if I've missed any comments. Just trying my best to read all the comments, but they do come through a lot really, really fast. So another great tip as well, if you're using green beans for any meals that you're making, if you add some garlic to them, they make a really good side. Garlicky beans. So give it a try. So here's our mince. This is ready for the next stage. Going to get a plate. So you're just frying these off first. It's okay, I can't cook and read the comments. I'm just awful with that. Because I've got my phone now in a position where my phone is in the tripod, but it's facing the food, so I've got to keep bending down. And I don't think ever will the comments be at the top of the screen. I do need to possibly get a second device to see the comments. I think that's probably worth looking into. So let me stir the rice, because the rice will need to be stirred every couple of minutes. It's looking nice. I had cooked for lunch today. What did you make? What's your name? Is it Amy? What did you make, Amy? Let me know in the chat. Let me know, do you cook? Do you broadcast? I'm always intrigued to see new broadcasters cooking. Now, these are not soft just yet, so they're getting there though. They're getting there. You've never had fried green beans? They're nice, Melanie. They are quite nice. They do have a nice little taste to them. They're nice with garlic. Definitely give it a try. I wish I could. Hopefully one day, Amy. So I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes, and then, as I say, I think these are going to go back into the dish anyway. So, yeah, they're going to be added in with the ketchup, mayonnaise, and soy sauce. Yeah, we need to start doing the ketchup, mayonnaise actually as well. So, what you're going to need. Right, sorry about that, guys. So you're going to need a little pan. We're going to make some ketchup mayonnaise. Okay. So I might have to bring you up a little bit in a minute. So I don't think you're going to be able to see. Oops. And my phone charger's come out. 1 second. One second, everybody. Sorry about this. I've lost the thing now. There we go. because of the connection. Right, that's the best we're going to be able to do for the second. You can see all these are very nice brown colour. And this is the other pan. So we're going to just pop this little pan on. And this needs to go on. And what we're going to do in here is we're going to add some soy sauce and brown sugar, dark brown sugar. So we need to take this out of the pan as well. It's falling out. Get a bigger spoon. That's better. I'm just going to take all these out once they've softened. Pop them to one side. And it's a bit of a faff. And then we're going to add in the pork mince. Let me just check. Keep the pan on high heat. Add another splash of oil if the pan is dry. So a little splash of oil. Then we're going to add the pork mince in. Just like this. Okay. Breaking it with a wooden spoon. While the pork is cooked, drain off any excess oil, and then we add the shallots, the garlic, spring onions, and the chilli. Cook until the veggies are softened. Okay. So with this then, to make the ketchup mayonnaise, bring it down a bit. We're going to add some. You want some soy sauce, so dark soy sauce. So let's get this open. Usually I'm prepared, but it annoys me when you get little plastic things on the top of things. That's so really annoying. So in our frying pan, we're going to add some sugar. You want 2 tablespoons of sugar. Don't want too much sugar. Some of this is in clumps. And then you're going to add your soy sauce. So hopefully you can see this. Now because this has got soy sauce going into it, you want to add a fair amount. So you see that soy sauce and sugar? There you go. A zesty combo sauce, yes. And then we're going to take another little wooden spoon. Just check it's on. Yep. Maybe add some more soy sauce. And you just want it until it starts to bubble up. And this is the ketchup mayonnaise. Make sure all the sugars dissolve. It'll start to bubble up. Then you want to take it off. Put that to one side. Now what's going on with my mince? So 6 to 8 minutes it says on the pork mince. Break it up. I've turned the pan down a little bit. Okay, how are we doing, guys? Well, you use wooden spoon, exactly, yeah. Don't be using any metal spoons because pork pork mince cooks the quickest. So just break that up. You can start to add in the mint and the shallots now if you want to. So we're going to add shallots and we're going to add some spring onion. Make sure, I usually do it when there's no pink bits. As the pan is quite hot already. Break this up. Obviously you could add more mince in here if you wanted to. So if you're doing it for 4 people, you want to double it to 480 grams. Okay. And you see how this is starting to bubble up? You just look, you can take it off and then put it back on. And you want it until it's quite thick. I would put it on a low heat. You don't want it on a high heat if you're doing it for quite some time. So you don't have to go and buy all these fancy sauces. You could add ginger into this as well, and it makes your own fresh sauce. It's just a sweet style sauce. You're very welcome. Okay, so I don't want this mince to dry out, so what we're going to do is we're going to add in the shallots, garlic, and some spring onions. So let's get these in. Okay, let's add in the garlic. So we get our garlic cloves. So we put our garlic in here. Mix all this in. And we want to cook this for 2 to 3 minutes. It smells really nice. Get rid of the onion. Now check on you, the rice is done, so turn the rice off because I can feel like it's burning. So just be careful with the rice. You can add a little bit of water into the rice as well. So this is the rice here. So we're going to add a little bit of water in here. And then pop this to one side. Okay, and that will steam and cook in the pot. Hello Alexis. Alexis is here in the house. So you picked the blueberries. I've rode my bike over to the farm. Yay! Oh, that's awesome. I'd love some blueberries, Alexis. You can send me some. So here's the ketchup mayonnaise. Look, it's starting to simmer. So we're just going to move it around. You don't want it to caramelize too much, but you want it quite to turn into a thick sauce. So you can just kind of leave that to one side. So I'll turn that off. Let me check I'm turning the right one off. I'll leave it on the hob just while it thickens up. So the veggies are cooking, mince is cooking. Next thing we're going to do, we've added the garlic. Add a little bit of chili powder, but not too much. You want it to give it a little bit of a kick, but not too much. So mix all that in. Now it looks quite dry, doesn't it? So we return the green beans to the pan. That's what we're going to do next. So we add the green beans in. What do we think so far, everybody? Thank you for subscribing. Nazim, where are you watching from? Milan. Are you in Italy? Okay, and then we're going to add this in, the ketchup mayonnaise. So we're also going to add some soy sauce in here as well. So this is soy sauce with dark brown sugar. It's quite sweet. So you want to let it cool down really first. But we're going to add this in because it's getting quite dry, and then we'll add some extra sauce. So we'll add all this sauce in. So this is freshly made. And then we're going to add some more soy sauce. Here, stir all this in. You see how it's starting to change colour? We're going to add some more soy sauce. Just like that. Not too much. And then mix all this in. So it looks good, doesn't it, guys? And we're nearly done, actually. You could add a little bit of ginger in if you wanted to, when you're doing the garlic. I'm not going to add any ginger in today, because usually with Katchep Manis you also get some ginger in there as well. So I usually add ginger, but I've not added ginger in. So what we're going to do then, if the mixture is dry, add a splash of water. Now that doesn't look too dry to me, so let's add a little tiny bit of water, but only a small amount. Mix all that in. Make sure everything's cooked. So it's quite simple to make. And then we're going to remove the pan from the heat, fluff up the rice with a fork and share between your bowls. Top with the pork stir fry and then get stuck in. Super tasty, and as they say in Thailand, aloy mak. Aloy mak. Thank you, Nazim. Thank you, Melanie. Headed to Como. I'd go every weekend if I could. Where's Como, Jay? Oh, I wanted to ask you as well. Could I use the Haps food in my broadcast? I noticed you put Haps food as a hashtag. I don't know if it's an official one or not, and I thought I'd best ask Jay first. In case I start, because it feels like it's part of the cooking discovery thing, so. I'm just trying to think what else you could add to this if you wanted to. I just want to make sure everything's cooked through, first of all. And then we're going to start to serve. So the first thing I want to do with this is we're going to add some the rice. So fluff up the rice. I'm going to add the rice to the. I've lost my other thing. There it is. Okay, so we've got our rice. It looks slightly stir-fried because when I added the water to the pan, the rice was still hot on the bottom. I'd left it on too long, so just be careful about that, okay? And then we're going to add in. We're going to add some of this on the top. You can always add a bit more soy sauce on here as well. So there we go, guys. Add as much or as little as you want. So remember, it's got garlic in this as well. You could add a ginger if you wanted to. And that is our rice bowl dish. Okay, so that's the first one. Let me do the second one. It smells amazing. Because I don't always like too much pork. But I'm going to add some more soy sauce on here. And as I said, this is a HelloFresh recipe, so if you want to give this a try, oh, there's quite loads in there, isn't it? I think I'm going to have the other one. Let me just move this to one side. So I'm going to add a little bit of more soy sauce on the top.
Where's my soy sauce? Just on the top. Sometimes it doesn't need it, but it does give an extra little kick. And there we go, guys. So thank you all for watching, and I shall see you tomorrow. Thank you, Alexis. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Nazim, and thank you if Caroline's in her house as well. Let's have a look. Thank you, Jay, as well, for watching, and Amy as well. So thanks, everybody. Take care. Have a really great day. Have a really good weekend. We'll be back on tomorrow doing meatballs. So join me tomorrow to make meatballs with the rest of that pork. So see you all later, guys. Take care. Bye. Thank you all for the awards.